We will begin with your foot bar in center position with 4 springs attached, 3 red and 1 green. Next, turn to your straps to make sure they are equal in length, then lie down to begin your workout. Begin by lying down and placing your feet on top of the foot bar. We're going to warm up your spine by swaying your knees side to side 6 times. Make sure you keep your belly pulled in nice and tight so you're opening up your hips and lower back. Then place your heels on the foot bar and begin to roll your spine up and down from tail to shoulder blades, lifting one bone after the other to stretch out your hips and lower back. On your 3rd time, stay lifted and take one leg to tabletop, set it back down. You're going to march to the right and alternate from leg to leg. Try not to let your hips wiggle back and forth or rotate side to side. Now let's get fancy by painting the fence. Keep one leg lifted and lower and lift 3 times each leg. Begin with your heels on the foot bar in a parallel position and strong, flat feet. Begin pushing out to your full extension and returning with control. Abs are pulling in and neck and shoulders are relaxing. Change foot position to the center of the foot and curl your toes up and over the foot bar for prehensile grip. Push out 10 times. Change foot position to your tippy toes, stilettoed heels in Pilates V. Connect your heels strong, open those knees, draw those abs in and up for a stable lower back. Now stay out with your legs straight. Separate your heels so you're in parallel position, lower your heels and lift them up for 8 calf raises. Now alternate from one leg to the other. Pull those abs in, engage your glutes so we don't sashay your hips side to side. Pause the legs. Flatten the feet, bend your knees to come in. Stiletto your heels to push out. Flatten the feet to come in and stiletto to push away. Park your carriage. Take your heels out to the corners of the foot bar with strong, flat feet. Open those knees wide to a grand plie and push away. Dig your heels strong against the foot bar to engage your glutes and draw those abs in and up. Park the carriage. Turn your knees in until they touch. Make sure you turn your toes in as well. If there is any discomfort in your knees, shuffle your feet closer together on the foot bar. Park your carriage. Going to one leg at a time, bring your feet together on your heels with strong flat feet. Extend one leg straight over the foot bar. Now begin to push away and shoot that straight leg into tabletop position. Draw those abs in so there's no wiggling in your hips and lower back. For more challenge, kick the leg up to the ceiling for a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Switch legs and repeat the sequence. Park your carriage. Help yourself up to sitting. We are going to move on to abdominal work, so change your springs from 4 springs to 1 green spring pulled up on a button. Lie down. Make sure you're centered on the carriage and reach back to grab a hold of the smaller inside loops to hold in your hand. Draw your legs into a tabletop position, keeping them tightly held together, and draw the belly in and up to the spine. Beginning with your arm circles, give me 5 each direction. T presses. Open your hands to a T and scoop them in tight to your hips. Remember, keep those ribs connected and belly nice and tight. Tricep extensions. Hug those elbows in tight to your rib cage, hovering about a thumb space off of the mat. Now bend your elbows and exhale as you press your palms down to the mat beside your hips. Repeat 10 times. Ab curls. Straighten your arms in line over the shoulders, press down into your straps, and exhale as you curl your head, neck, and shoulders forward. Keep your knees bent in, or for more of a challenge, try straightening your legs out as low as you can. Let's twist those crunches. Pull your legs into tabletop frog, squeezing those heels tight together. Now you'll twist your curls side to side. Keep your outside hand close by your hip and give me a strong exhale. 10 times, and then fold it in for a break. We'll now be moving on to a more advanced abdominal series. If you're not quite ready to move on, pause here and repeat the first 2 abdominal exercises again. Advanced arm circles. Exhale as you press down, curl the head, neck, and shoulders forward as you straighten those legs. Open to a T, bend the knees, and repeat. On your 5th one, I want you to rest and reverse directions out to the T. Scoop into a curl, raise your hands up as you reset. Stay up in the curl. Open and close those legs 2 times, then bend your knees to tabletop, bend your elbows, but deep in your abdominal curl. Exhale to push out and repeat the arms and legs. If your neck is getting tired, feel free to rest your head, neck, and shoulders as you bend your knees and your elbows back in and exhale to curl forward with your next repetition. And one more set of side-to-side abdominal curls. Legs in tabletop frog, heels squeezing tight together, and a big exhale as you curl forward. Keep that outside arm in nice and tight to the hip. And relax. Go ahead and hook your straps up onto the pegs and help yourself up to sitting. We will be changing your springs to 1 red and 1 blue on the bottom row hook and remove the green spring. Lie down, center yourself on that carriage, and get ready for your feet in those larger straps. Place your feet in those larger straps one at a time, and then extend your legs all the way out until you feel a nice tension on those straps. Begin with your leg circles. On your exhale, press those legs down towards the springs, tightening your belly as you go. Give me 10 circles each direction. Moving on to your straddle splits. Hold your legs at your lowest position in a good turnout. Open your legs out east to west until you feel a stretch through the inner thighs, then engage your glutes and draw your inner thighs back together, sealing your heels together. Repeat 10 times. Moving on to Peter Pans. Bend one leg into a frog while you allow the other leg to stretch straight out to the side. Keep your weight even across each strap. Give me 10 each direction. Now we bend both legs into your frog position, open both legs out to your splits, and exhale as you kick your legs back together. Swimming frogs, you'll give me 5 times each direction. Remember those abs and keep your butt down on the carriage. We will now be moving on to your short spine. If you do not feel comfortable rolling up onto your shoulder blades, pause here and fast forward to the next section. Raise your legs up until you feel a stretch. Press into your hands to roll up to your shoulder blades with control. Bend your knees into your frog and roll down, and then push out to your foot bar. Repeat, raising those legs up. Lift and roll up through your spine with that control across the shoulder blades. Bend those knees and tighten that belly as you roll down with bent knees and push out to that foot bar. Moving on to our straight legs. We start the same. Raise your legs up and over your head. Now this time, open your legs shoulder distance. Lower your hips without moving the carriage. And then when you're ready, circle those legs around. We begin again, up and over. Open those legs just slightly, melt down into an even deeper stretch, and then a bigger circle around. Last time, exhale, up and over. Open those legs and sit down into that stretch, and an exhale to circle around. You can now take one leg out of the strap and hold the strap tight with your hands. Lay your free leg down on top of the foot bar, and you'll stretch the remaining leg side to side. When you are ready to switch legs, you can do so. Hook those straps up and help yourself up to sitting, and feel very good about yourself because you have finished the first portion of this workout. We are now moving on to our long box series. Lower the foot bar until it's completely flat and change your springs to one blue spring pulled up on a button, no other springs attached. Go and grab your box, grab it with 2 hands and lay it lengthwise across the carriage so it butts up against the shoulder blocks. Like that. Lie down on your belly so your legs are hanging out over the foot bar and you're looking down at the headrest. Grab your straps on the ropes above the hardware. Strong grip, keep your elbows out nice and straight and strong, and let's begin by bowing forward with your upper body, pulling back on the ropes, and you're taking flight by lifting the chest. We'll repeat. Make sure your lower abs stay toned and tight to help support the back work here. Like that. Now keep your arms up strong by your sides. You're going to hug your elbows into the rib cage as you bend and extend from your elbow for tricep kickbacks. Check in with your lower abdominals and relax your neck and shoulders. Like that. Now for the challenge. Hold your arms straight, flare around to a T, and exhale as you pull your hands back to your hips. Keep your neck nice and long and shoulders relaxed down the back. check in with your lower belly. And rest. Moving on to prone arm circles. When you are ready, engage those legs. Tighten up on the lower belly and straight, strong arms. Lift your chest to pull your hands back. Flare around to the T and drop back down to the floor. Exhale to pull back to the hips, around to the T with relaxed shoulders, and drop it down. Reverse those arm circles. Lift up, pulling those hands to the hips, lower down to the floor. Lift up and exhale as you pull back and lower it down. Check your neck and shoulders, engage those abs. Rest. Hook your straps onto those pegs and help yourself up to a nice child's pose stretch on top of the box, keeping your belly tight and relaxing your neck and shoulders. Roll up onto hands and knees. Let's have you take a few cat and cow curls here, scooping the belly in while you push into the box. Inhale as you arch through, allowing your belly to drop towards the floor. Like that. And come to a neutral tabletop position in your spine. Extend one leg straight and extend the opposite arm and hold. Pull the belly button to the spine, press strong into your supporting arm and leg. Relax the neck and shoulders. Repeat on the other side. Like that. And rest. Go ahead and have a seat. Bring your feet forward onto the headrest. Now reach down and grab a hold of the smaller inside loop with your hands. Hold your arms straight in front of you about chest height and open to a T. Inhale as you bring your arms together. Exhale as you open to tighten the belly and lengthen through the spine, through the crown of the head. Like that. And now for the challenge. We will be holding your arms straight in front of you, chest level high. Take one hand up to the ceiling and the other hand out to that T. You'll switch sides. Keep those abs drawn tight so we don't turn your shoulders either direction. Place one strap down onto the peg. Keep the other and hold your arms straight out about chest level high. Give me a nice strong flat wrist and bend your elbow for 10 bicep curls on each arm. If your neck is getting tight, lower your elbow a little closer into the body. Moving on to some more abdominal work. Grab a hold of both straps up on the ropes above the hardware. Slide your behind to the very front of the box as far as you are comfortable with. Dig your heels into the headrest and sit up nice and tall, holding your arms in front of you. Roll your hips back and lay your body down bone by bone until you can lay your lower back on the mat. Inhale and exhale to roll it up. Dig your heels into that headrest and then find your posture at the top, shoulders down the back. And repeat. Moving on to teasers. Roll your body down. Raise your legs one at a time to tabletop position. Roll your body up so you balance on your behind without dropping your feet. Abs in as you roll yourself down slow and controlled. Inhale at the bottom and exhale, roll yourself up and balance. Moving on to level 2. As you roll up, extend both legs straight out so you end up in a V position or 45-degree angle. Bend your knees in as you roll back down. We're looking for smooth, controlled movement every step of the way. And for the challenge, roll back up, extend your legs nice and straight. Find your center, open your hands to a T, resist it back in. Again, exhale to open and resist it in. Now you can always bend your knees in if you're starting to feel your lower back or lose control. And lay your body down, smooth and controlled, feet down on the headrest, and roll yourself up to sitting. Place your straps down. You have finished your series facing the back of the reformer. Turn around to have a seat facing your foot bar. You'll straddle the box with your feet on each side. Reach down and grab a hold of your straps, starting in the smaller loops. Begin with your arms long at your side. Exhale, raise your hands up until they're parallel to the floor. Lift your posture and tighten those abs. Make sure you do not shrug your shoulders and keep your arms out nice and long. Let's break off to one arm at a time. Don't let those shoulders turn. Keep those abs pulled in and up and engage with your opposite leg. Squeeze that leg into the box as you raise the arm. 5 each side. Go back to both arms, raising up. Bend your elbows in. You want your forearms parallel to the floor and palms face up to the ceiling. Pretend you have a tray across each hand and don't spill that tray. Let's break off to one arm at a time. 5 times each arm. And push out with both arms. Rotate those elbows out. We're going to hug a tree. Inhale to open without flaring those ribs. Keep those lower abdominals pulled tight in your posture, lifted nice and high. For the optional challenge, hold one arm out to the side and exhale one arm into the middle. 3 times each arm. If you need to slip into the larger straps to ease up on some spring tension, now would be a good time to do so. And relax when you're done. Roll it out, shake those shoulders out. Now from here, we are going on to your teasers facing forward. If you're not comfortable with your teasers facing forward, you can skip this portion of the exercise. Beginning legs in tabletop, arms and legs up, drop those legs, circle those arms, and roll yourself up to balance on your behind. Lay your body down slow and controlled. Reach through those fingertips and reset to start position. Tabletop legs up, around, dropping those legs, floating up into your teaser, smooth and controlled. For the challenge, stay in teaser, lower and lift your hands, keeping the belly tone tight, keeping those legs lifted up nice and high. You can always bend your knees if you're starting to lose control or feel this in your back. Lay yourself down, smooth and controlled. Drop your straps onto the floor, help yourselves up to sitting, and take a small break. Moving on to our short box series. Take the box and turn it to a short box so it's going to butt up right in front of the shoulder blocks. Make sure that it is centered on the carriage. Now take your straps and make sure they're in the well on the floor and out of the way. We will come over to your spring bar. Make sure every spring you have goes onto the bottom row hook. Reach down and grab a hold of the black foot strap that is hanging out near the spring bar. Lift it up and let it rest on top. You have the option now to work with some props. If you would like to work with the dowel, reach back to the end of your reformer to grab it and bring it with you onto the carriage. Have a seat and tuck your feet underneath that black strap, making sure everything is smoothly attached and there are no kinks in the attachment points. Grab your dowel. Make sure you have about a hand's width between your bottom and the back edge of the carriage. Your legs will start out straight and grab a hold of your dowel about shoulder distance apart. Sitting up tall, find that lift in the spine, pelvic tuck. Roll your body back into the well, making sure that strap is tight across your feet. Round yourself forward all the way over your legs for the optional stretch, keeping the belly tight, and stack it up nice and tall to your posture. Shoulders down the back as you roll. Go as far back as you're comfortable with here. If you feel your lower back, it means you've gone a little too far, and take it shorter on your next repetition. Stay halfway back. Find a nice scoop and raise and lower your arms 10 times. Exhale to lift your arm, inhale to lower. Watch your neck and shoulders. If you feel your lower back, round your upper body forward just a little bit more and pull those abs in. Moving on to our flat back hinges. Lift your spine up nice and tall. You lean back, being careful not to round your lower back as you do. Keep the chest open and the shoulders connected nice and strong. Lean back, keep the belly tight, and lift from those hips. Moving on to your rotation, scoop and round your lower back and go halfway. We're going to rotate your upper body right and left. Now make sure that you are not pedaling your legs underneath that strap. Keep those legs nice and tight and lower belly drawn in. Now for the challenge, raise your hands over your head as you rotate to the other side. Check your breath. Inhale up, exhale down, and roll forward and up. Take one foot out of the strap and turn to sit sideways on the box. Bring that leg on the box. Now start to lean over onto the side of your hip so that you can place your hand down on the headrest. Lean as far over the well as you can until your strap is tight across the top of your foot. You're going to take your hands off of the headrest and bring your bottom hand under your head. Drop your body down and side bend sit up. Exhale as you come up, inhale as you drop down. For more of a challenge, take both hands behind your head. Make sure your chin stays up and you're staring straight in front of you. After 10, feel free to take a big, luxurious stretch over the well. You'll repeat on the other side. When you have finished your last repetition on this side, feel free to drop into a nice stretch over, reaching long through your arm, keeping the belly toned tight. Help yourself up to sitting. Safely shimmy free from under the strap. You have completed your short box series. Congratulations. Set the box away. Return to your carriage and raise your foot bar up to the center position. Make sure that you have locked this foot bar into place by sliding those black sliders into place. You're going to change your springs to a red and a blue on the bottom row hook. Carefully kneel on top of the carriage with both feet pressing strongly against their shoulder blocks. Knees are hip distance apart. Sit back in the hips and keep your spine nice and long. Belly is tight. Extend through the legs and resist it in. Strong straight arms. Push against the foot bar here, keeping your wrists as flat as possible. Here's the challenge. Lift the knees. Tighten the belly and out with the legs. In. Out with the legs. In. Full extension without moving through your shoulders and upper body. Now pull forward with those arms. Push away with those arms. Keep your core strong, your hips level. If you feel your lower back, your hips have dropped too low. Push away, hold it out. Pike your hips up for the stretch and exhale to push those legs down as low as you're comfortable. Lift the hips as you push your ribs back to your thighs. Watch your neck and shoulders. They stay nice and relaxed. Let's try this one leg at a time. Raise one leg up. As you push the carriage away, you lower it down. Good. Split those legs apart, reaching to the ceiling. Lower to meet the heels together. Try to keep your shoulders as squared off as possible and belly nice and tight. Replace this leg and pike your hips up. Both legs again, 3 times. One leg again. Now your other leg is going to reach back and up as high as you can. Exhale to lower the leg, lift it back up as you close the carriage. Checking into your neck and shoulders, keeping your lower belly toned nice and tight. Let's go. Replace that leg. Pike your hips up for your final stretch. Park your carriage, roll through your spine, and drop down onto your knees. Step 1 foot forward onto the platform, keeping the shin strong against this foot bar. Internally lift yourself up as you push the carriage back to get a nice hip flexor stretch. When you're ready, straighten that front leg for splits. Feel free to play with hand placement here, wherever's most comfortable for you to hold a stretch. Runner stretch. Keep your front leg straight, slide your back leg in underneath you. Tighten up on the belly and hold. When you are ready, let's repeat on the other leg. When you are finished, let's have a seat facing one direction for your final stretch for today, mermaid. Mermaid your legs towards the shoulder blocks. Now change your springs to one red spring on the hook. Side bend up and over as you push the carriage away. We lift as we side bend over, keeping your shoulders nice and connected. Hold this third one. Rotate your body down, taking your right hand under to meet the left side of the carriage. Now place both hands onto your foot bar. Open your handstands and press it away. Abs are nice and toned and tight as you raise up into your swan dive, drawing your shoulders down the back. Let's repeat, stretching it out. And swan diving up, keeping the belly toned. One more time. Come back to center position and lift your body back up. Make sure the carriage is parked. Set that right hand down and counter stretch over your right hip. Twist to the shoulder blocks and spiral upward. And relax. Turn to your other side. Repeating the sequence here, extend away with the arm as you side bend up and over. Try to keep your hips as steady as possible on the carriage throughout this series. Diving for the pearl, grab a hold of the frame, create tension across each hand. Open your handstands, press away for swan. And lift yourself all the way up into a nice, beautiful dive up and over. Try to close the carriage. Exhale to push out. And inhale to pull up. Press down through the palms of your hands. Stay out on this next one. Return to center. Come all the way up, parking your carriage, letting that hand down on the headrest, counter stretch over your opposite hip. Rotate to grab a hold of those shoulder blocks, spiral your spine up, 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 and relax. Spin to center, reset your springs to 3 red, and feel very proud of yourself. You did a great job.